Have you ever seen a car so powerful, so intimidating, that it doesn't need to shout to prove anything? It just stands there and owns the moment. That's exactly what happened when the 2026 BMW X7M rolled into the spotlight. And today on Drives, we're diving deep into this absolute monster of an SUV that's redefining what luxury performance really means. Let's start from the backside, because this is where the X7M quietly reveals its personality. As you walk toward it, the first thing that grabs your attention is how wide and grounded it looks. The LED taillights stretch across the rear like sharp streaks of red energy, glowing with a signature that feels alive, especially at night. When you unlock it, they animate inward, almost like the SUV is breathing. Now let me ask you, how many SUVs actually give you that kind of emotional reaction just from the rear design? Down below, those quad exhaust tips sit perfectly aligned, finished in dark chrome, looking serious and unapologetic. They're not oversized for show, they're there because this machine needs them. The rear diffuser adds to that aggressive stance, giving it a functional, performance-focused look. Compared to something like the Mercedes-AMG GLS 63 or even the Range Rover SV, the X7M feels less about luxury flash and more about controlled power. It's not trying to impress, it already knows it does. Now moving along the left side, this is where the design starts to really tell a story. The proportions are massive, yes, but incredibly well balanced. BMW has lowered the stance just enough to give it that sporty posture without sacrificing its commanding SUV presence. The body lines are sharp, clean, and deliberate, running across the length of the vehicle like tension lines on a coiled muscle. And then there's that matte black finish, if you spec it that way. It doesn't reflect light, it absorbs it. It gives the X7M this stealthy, almost mysterious vibe. So here's a question. Would you go for a bold, glossy finish to stand out, or pick matte black and become almost invisible in plain sight? The wheels are massive, filling the arches perfectly, with performance brakes hiding behind them, ready to handle serious speed. Compared to rivals like the SQ7, the X7M feels more aggressive, more focused, like it's built with performance as a priority rather than just an add-on. Now shifting to the right side, everything feels consistent, but that's the beauty of it. There's a sense of symmetry and confidence here. The side skirts, the subtle M badging, the sculpted doors, it all flows naturally. Nothing feels forced, nothing feels overdone. And this is where BMW nailed it. The X7M doesn't scream for attention like some SUVs in this category. Instead, it pulls you in slowly, making you appreciate the details the longer you look. So let me ask you this. Do you prefer SUVs that are loud and flashy, or ones like this that build their presence quietly? Now let's step inside, because this is where things go from impressive to unforgettable. The moment you open the door, the entire atmosphere shifts. This isn't just an interior, it feels like a luxury suite on wheels. You're surrounded by premium leather, carbon fiber trims, and ambient lighting that sets the mood instantly. It's not just about comfort, it's about experience. The seats are sculpted perfectly, holding you in place without feeling restrictive. Whether you're driving aggressively or cruising on the highway, they adapt to you. And here's something to think about. Would you actually use this as a family SUV or keep it as a personal performance machine? The dashboard features a curved digital display that blends seamlessly into the cabin. It's clean, modern, and incredibly intuitive. Everything you need is right in front of you without feeling overwhelming. The ambient lighting shifts colors depending on your drive mode, giving the cabin a dynamic personality. The steering wheel deserves special mention. Thick, perfectly weighted with the signature M stitching, it feels alive in your hands. Every button, every control feels precise, almost mechanical. This isn't just about luxury, it's about connection. And space, it's still a full-size SUV. 3 rows, plenty of legroom, and actual usability in the third row. You can carry your family, your friends, and still enjoy every second behind the wheel. But let's be honest, you're not here just for comfort. You're here for what's under the hood. And this is where the X7M completely changes the game. Under the hood, you get a hybrid-assisted 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 producing over 740 horsepower. Yes, you heard that right, in a 3-row luxury SUV. So here's the big question. Do you think an SUV this size should even have this kind of power? Press the start button and the engine wakes up with a deep, controlled growl. It's not overly loud, but it's enough to remind you of what you're dealing with. And when you hit the throttle, it doesn't hesitate. It launches forward with an intensity that feels almost unreal. 0 to 100h happens in around 3.5 seconds. That's faster than many sports cars. Let that sink in for a moment. But what's even more impressive is how it handles. You'd expect something this big to feel heavy in corners, but it doesn't. The advanced suspension system reads the road in real time, adjusting constantly to keep the SUV stable and composed. It genuinely feels like it defies physics. Compared to something like the Cayenne Turbo GT, the X7M might be bigger, but it still delivers an incredibly engaging driving experience. And when you're not pushing it, it transforms into something completely different, smooth, quiet, refined. The hybrid system blends power seamlessly, giving you instant torque without any lag. Highway cruising feels effortless, almost peaceful. Now let's talk about price, because this is where reality hits. The 2026 BMW X7M is expected to start around $150,000, and with options, it can go much higher. In markets like Pakistan, after import duties and taxes, you could be looking at something in the range of 6 to 8 crore PKR or more. So here's something I really want to ask. If you had that budget, would you go for the X7M or choose something like a Range Rover or even a Urus? And now the final verdict. The 2026 BMW X7M isn't just an SUV, it's an experience. It's a perfect blend of luxury, performance, and technology, wrapped in a design that feels both aggressive and refined. It's not for everyone. It's bold, it's expensive, and it demands attention. But if you want something that stands out, something that feels special every time you drive it, this might just be it. So what do you think? Would you daily drive the X7M, or is it just too powerful for everyday life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Drives for more insane car reviews just like this. I'll see you in the next one.